Welcome, welcome, team. Happy and blessed Tuesday night. I am your host for this evening. My name is Myra Ferreira, one of your executive sales directors. And I just want to welcome you to this night. Welcome you to these Tuesday night training sessions. I hope you're ready to learn and grow from the best of the best. Be ready with a notepad and a pen and understand it's like student mode for tonight, right? You're investing into what you believe in. You're investing into where you see yourself in the future. We typically love to start out our calls in the spirit of celebration, but I should be receiving the top 10 list throughout this night. I can't pinpoint the time because a huge shout out to our senior vice president, Mr. Xavier Marrero. I know he has an ESD out there as well, Luis, and they were able to pull off a successful event. He did share, like they say, documentation beats conversation, and our SVP Xavier has definitely had a very transparent journey towards growth, but he's made a lot of great things happen. So again, usually we start off with the top 10 list, but that will come momentarily because we love to just celebrate people winning big. That's what we're here for. In a lot of ways, I feel like it's kind of us against the world. And over here in this space, we love to celebrate each other's growth. And the way that we win is truly by helping other people win too. So again, welcome to tonight. Congratulations. If this is the first time you're plugging in, you're going to want to mark your calendars. And honestly, a huge shout out to the corporate movement right now, because I don't know if you checked out that email, but UWE is on point with those emails listing trainings for all of our new products and services. Look, they just shifted the focus on being so accessible, in my humble opinion. But I'll tell you, it lays out the ways that you can grow in this, that you can learn your products and services, that you can truly become that next level of who you really want to be to achieve all of your goals when it comes to being successful in this business, right? So I hope you're taking full advantage of that. But again, mark your calendars. Be sure you're connected through Band. That's one of the messaging apps that gives us a calendar so we know when things are coming up. You always know where the Zoom links are. You know how to search up documents and things as well. And also be sure you're referencing your app. But in all of that excitement, I'm going to go ahead and get myself out of the way. What I love to be able to do is just help set the tone so you understand the power that's being brought to the table. See, there's no UWE university, like there's not a class you sign up for. You truly win from the greatest of the greats. These are the people that are out there doing it. We all learn by doing this. And then those that have achieved high levels of success extend their hand back out and introduce us to the way that things have worked for them. So, because they want to see us win with them, right? So this individual that I'm going to get to introduce to you tonight brings that type of accomplishment. He is someone I met, more so because of our mutual friend, Senior Vice President Xavier Marrero. But at the same time, I was able to witness him partner in this as well. We've been partners. We're on the team. We have a great deal of love for what we do. I know he's a father. And in a lot of ways, he's kind of like a bit of a silent killer. He'll still pop up and, oh, snap, he's on the list. Oh, snap, he just hit VP. So again, folks, if you don't know what it means to be a vice president, this gentleman is a vice president. So he's created a business or an income with this opportunity that's generating 100K in sales of volume every single month. And, again, he's been able to do so because he's plugged into having vision. He knew what was possible. He stayed committed to that, and his results have proven to bring him to the level of success that he's achieved so far. So I thank this journey for keeping me around people like this. This is someone I love to, acknowledge, as well as I'm in class right now in session. I see him on the screen. Let me get myself out of the way for Vice President Anthony Kelly. Go ahead, take it away. Can you hear me?
I definitely can. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. You're perfectly clear, loud. You got it. Thanks.
What's going on, Relentless? How's everybody doing this Tuesday? Okay, I want to give it back to Myra. 3 things I can always say about her. She is consistent. She is the go-to person and the best edifier in the games, hands down. She needs her own little training course on it, man. She kills it. So thank you for all that you do, boss lady. Let me get my screen pulled up, y'all. Can everybody see the screen? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Great. Hey, I want everybody to put a 1 in the chat if you're excited for this 90-day run. How many of y'all are pumped for this 90 days right now? All right, so what you're really going to need for this 90 days, I'm going to go over what you need to succeed for 90 days. One of the main things that you're going to need is you're going to need vision. You're going to need a clear vision of where you're going and what you want to achieve. You're also going to need strategy. What's the strategies you're going to use or do to get where you're trying to go? And then you're going to need to execute. You're going to actually need to put things in place to execute that vision so you can actually have that success this 90 days. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into what it's going to take for you to have your breakthrough this 90 days. Now, the first thing it's going to take is a clear vision. Now, what is a clear vision? A clear vision is one of the most important strategies of achieving any goal. This 90 days, your vision needs to be crystal clear. You need to understand what it's going to take to get where you're trying to go. Basically, you're painting a vision of where you are today and where you want to become in the future. So that 90 days, what does it look like when you actually get to that 90 days? What does your team look like? What is the vision for the people that's that vision look like for them? What's the vision for them to make it that crystal clear that you're going to be able to help them make additional income, that you're going to be able to help them be able to walk away from their 9-to-5? What's that vision that you have for your clients? What does that look like? Are you painting a vision of them being able to be in that home? Do you give them that vision of them being able to be debt-free, get these negative items deleted and removed off their credit? This is the only way people are going to lock in and want to do business with you, is seeing a clear vision. What's that vision for your leaders that you have on your team? What's the vision that you're painting for them being able to hit that promotion, being able to move forward in the company? So you also want to have a vision for the people that's on your team lost. These people that just joined to be part of something. They have no idea why they even on the team. You need to paint a vision. You need to be able to see more in them than they see in themselves. But it starts with you having a clear vision of where you're going. When you have a clear vision of why you're really here and what you want out of this, that's when everybody is going to see your vision. They're going to believe in your vision and they're going to follow what you tell them to do. But if you're just walking around and you have no idea what you're doing, you don't know why you're in the company and you're just here, people can sense that. And that's probably part of the reason why people are hesitant to join your business, because they don't see that you know where you're going and what you're doing. So I tell y'all, have a crystal clear vision of what you want. I even took the initiative of writing down my vision, not only for the 90 days, but even past the 90 days. I never even thought about vision boards. I never believed in them, but I took the time to actually start doing a vision board, y'all. This is my vision board. I ain't finished it yet, but I'm just saying, get your vision crystal clear. And you want to make sure that not only do you have a clear vision, but you want to go ahead and start writing it down. A vision without it being written down is null and void. It's just a dream. You want to start writing that vision down. And the great thing about our 90-day workbook, y'all, pages 7 through 9 is going to help you start guidelining your vision, starting to write that vision down of what do you want out of this? What is your title going to be? What is your income going to be? This is really going to start making everything crystal clear. And what you want to do is you want to be smart about your goals. So this is what I use to break down my goals, to make it very clear. You want to be specific on your goals. So how much do you want to earn? What's your title going to be after this 90 days? How many field trainers are you going to have? You need to be specific on your actual goals. Now you want to measure those. Great way to measure them is if you're a field trainer right now, or if you're an agent, great way to measure, you need 2 business partners and you need 2 clients. Your two business partners need 2 clients each for you to get the field trainer. So if you want to be a senior field trainer, you need to go ahead and you need to have 2 field trainers on your team. If you want to be a sales director, you need 3 field trainers. And if you want to be something higher than that sales director, you need to be focused on getting 20 to 30 new business partners this 90 days. That's what you need to be focused on. You want to make your goals measurable so you can make sure you're on track to hit them. Now, what is the action that you're going to be doing to hit this goal? What's the action that you're going to do to achieve this goal? So are you doing trial runs? Are you posting daily? Are you doing lives? Are you getting people on the webinars? Are you doing webinars yourself? Are you doing PBRs? What is the action that you're doing behind the scenes that's going to help you attain these goals? Because it won't come with action. Without action. You have to put the action to be able to attain these goals. Now you want to make it realistic. So many people, I know you hear people getting started with the business and they hit vice president overnight. They hit EVP in 3 days. It happens, guys, but I want to tell you a real story. Those things are not realistic. You want to set realistic goals that you can actually achieve. So look in your back office and see what your volume is, see what your projected sales are. Get with your upline and have your upline work with you on a realistic vision and goal that you can attain. Because typically people set out large goals and they give up. That's why people, when it comes to the gym, when it comes to, making this year their year, and they thought they was going to be in a mansion with a Bugatti and it doesn't happen, it's that easy for them to give up. But if you really make it attainable and you start picking up momentum little by little, this is what's really going to keep you pumped and keep your team going. Now, you want to actually make sure time. You want to be doing time management, and you want to also be evaluating daily your goals. So you want to track it daily, and you want to track it weekly to make sure that you're going to hit it for that 90 days. And you want to evaluate your goals on a daily basis, in the morning and at night. You want to really be tracking it. Go into your back office. I have so many agents and even seasoned agents that won't even look in their back office. They have no idea when the end of the value month is going on, when it starts, they have no idea. You want to be in your back office. You want to be tracking. You want to be looking at your reports. You want to be seeing who's inactive. You want to be seeing what clients canceled the service. You want to be evaluating everything in your business so you can track it to hit that goal. So you want to evaluate your goals daily, and then rewards. So the rewards, what's the reward once you accomplish your goal? What are you going to do for your family? What are you going to do for your team? What are you going to do for yourself? What is reward after you accomplish this goal? All right. So what I want to ask y'all guys is that I want to be able to tell y'all a story about 3 people that seen a vision in this company, and this company changed their life forever. So I'm going to go into this, and I'm going to tell you where these people were at 7 years ago and where they're at now. And the people you probably know, we're going to get into it. Now, Alfred Nixon, if y'all don't know Alfred Nixon, you definitely should know who Alfred Nixon is. This is our pinnacle. This is our top guy, like ranks almost, top in the industry of multi-level marketing, and top of our company, great leader. So this gentleman 7 years ago, this is us on the balcony. This is me, Xavier, and Alfred. We was part of a different company where the company had no value, had no substance, and we all struggled. So in that picture, Alfred was staying at his mom's house, picking up garbage on South Beach. In this picture right here, Xavier was, doing pretty well, had a wife, nice car. Me in this picture at this time, I had a good 9 to 5. Now, fast forward about 2 years later, Alfred came across this company called FES. FES, he ended up blowing it up overnight, reached out to Xavier. At that time, Xavier had lost everything and was living at his mom's house, lost the car, lost the wife, hit rock bottom, and was sleeping in the same bed with his son. And reached out to Xavier and let him see the vision. Alfred had clear vision of what this company could do. He shared that clear vision with Xavier. Xavier seen that clear vision that we had a product that was different than any other lotion and potion, any other multi-level marketing company. This was something that was a need and a want that people wanted. You didn't have to go beg and persuade them. As long as you was providing a solution to that problem, we understood that we could be very successful in this industry. Xavier shared his vision with me. We locked arms and we ran. Not only did we run for the 90 days, we ran past the 90 days, and it changed all our lives. So at this point, now you already know Xavier, shout out to him, phenomenal leader, my brother from another mother. Alfred made millions with this company. Xavier, high 7, 8 figures at this time, me, high 6 figures. So this company changed our life, and it could do the same for you. This was in 2014, and we was all not with the company, all going through it. And this company now, fast forward, changed our life forever. But I want to share this testimony video from Alfred on what made his vision. He had massive vision, and that's what helped him grow a massive organization, y'all. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to play. Let me see.
His story, welfare to millionaire. Miami native Alfred Nixon knew the life he wanted from an early age.
He always had his mindset to do better and greater in life.
And that was from day one. For the majority of his childhood, he remembers waking up around 4 in the morning just to make sure the whole family had time to get ready for the day. I'm the oldest of 7 kids. So myself, my brothers, my sisters, my grandmother, my granddad, my mom, her husband at the time, a few cousins, auntie, uncle. It was a full house, all crammed into a small 2-bedroom apartment in Miami Gardens. Nixon knew he wanted to do better and get his family out of poverty. And he would talk about being a millionaire like every day. Pretty much every day he would talk about, when I'm gonna be a millionaire, and people would just stand around and look amazed. At age 19, his first opportunity showed itself. He started his first business with $500, but it wasn't easy at first. But those first 3 years was just a lot of work. But we didn't make no money. Made $1,500 in my industry. Nixon noticed the lack of financial knowledge in his community. Things like life insurance, wills, trusts, and taxes. His mission was to educate his community through his home-based business. 4 months into the new endeavor, he reached a high 5-figure income. By the age of 25, he had made his first million, and so he fulfilled one promise he made to himself. All of those troubles of 2-bedroom apartment, 14 people, and all of the struggles, my sacrifices my mom made, I ended up getting her a home down in the Kendall area, 6-bedroom, 5-bathroom home, and I told her that you can sit down. You don't have to work anymore. And to the kids growing up right now, maybe thinking they have no way out of poverty. We have so many opportunities right now. Maybe you get an allowance, or maybe you getting revenue, and instead of buying video games and playing video games all day, you can leverage some of that money to put into crypto that's growing, to put into stocks. Nixon going from growing up here and attending Miami Central High School in Miami Gardens to earning over $10 million from his business, helping tens of thousands with financial literacy, and even helping others reach their first 6- and 7-figure revenue goals. Reporting from Miami Gardens, Rafael Puris, 7 News.
Okay, guys, as you see, $10 million 7 years ago, he was broke picking up garbage, and he has helped me and Xavier and tons of other people become high 6-figure earners and even past 6 figures, because Xavier's on the track to being a millionaire. Shout out to my brother. So you just need to have the belief in this. Understand, even if you haven't seen any changes on your credit, guys, the company wouldn't be open if we wasn't changing credit. This is different than anything else because our service has to work. Skinny tummy tea and makeup doesn't have to work. Ours has to work. So use that as the belief system to push your business with passion. Also, you wanna just be focused and disciplined this 90 days and really understand that 90 days, this can actually change whatever the situation you're in right now. And you don't ever have to continue going through what you may be going through right now. Or if you just want additional income, or if you want time freedom, this is the vehicle for you. I want you to see what it looks like when you really understand this opportunity and what it can do for you.
Is people think way too small. See, it's 2 things that I would tell you right now to take your business to the next level. You have to think bigger and you have to believe sooner. Those 2 things changed the whole concept of my life. If somebody would have told me when I first started this journey, when I was struggling, when I was going through the process, when I wasn't seeing a result, that I would be where I'm at today, I would have believed more. I would have had bigger vision. So you got to write this thing down. You got to paint the vision. You got to see it, because you can't hit a target you can't see, right? Go out there, think bigger, believe sooner, take action, paint the vision, and we'll see you at the top.
That's what I call massive vision. This gentleman told us about this car when we was broke on that balcony. And to fast forward now 7 years, not only is he a multimillionaire, but he paid cash for that car. That's what I call a clear vision, guys. Y'all got to have a clear vision. I don't want to take up too much time. We got some other phenomenal presenters that's going to be jumping on. So at this time, I want to go ahead and give it back to Myra. Just one.
Wow, Anthony, oh my goodness. Listen, team, light it up in the chat. I see a few showing the smiles on their faces. So well deserved. You absolutely killed that. I mean, it's like the saying goes, right? Without vision, the people will perish. You set it out and laid out the actual game plan. Something so solid like that. I mean, I hope you all were taking notes, but to hear as well the growth from you on being able to share that training material. Thank you so much. I could feel your passion. I know the team could too. Go ahead and throw some flames in the chat. Drop some 5s in the chat if he killed that, because I mean, I know he did, but just let's celebrate this man right now, because, you know, again, as one of our leaders, he's taking his time to pour into us too. So we appreciate you for all of that. I know I thank you. Awesome job. And how real is that, right? When you can hear about the stories of people starting out, you know, at point A and making it to point P. You know, those testimonies are just fire. So again, thank you for bringing that. You absolutely killed that training segment. So moving on to our very second trainer for tonight. This is as well an individual that I was able to meet because of this journey, and she has a powerful story. I mean, she's topped the charts repeatedly. She killed it to the max at our Jumpstart event in Dallas, absolute flawless, and held it down. I mean, just to hear, again, the drive and the vision that she's had and held on to, and the power and passion that she's been able to implement in her day-to-day activities. She's created a bunch of success stories. I was graced with the blessing and privilege to honor recognition with 2 other boss ladies that were under her direct mentorship that hit level 1 of the ring earner status as well. But again, it just translates into all of the stories and people that she changes day in and day out. She's been a phenomenal trainer across the board, not only for our own team, as well as nationwide. And again, having killed it in Dallas, again, I will never forget that event, as I'm sure she won't as well. But she also got to celebrate and walk the stage as a $500,000 income earner with the company. So that's level 3, if I'm not mistaken. Again, killing the game, topping the charts. She is one of our very live and in-person real R&R club members. That's just a joke. I don't know if everybody will ever get tired of me saying that, but you know, I say it in a form of total and utmost endearment. But again, you want to pay attention to what she's bringing to the table. I heard the name, I saw the name already dropped in the chat, because she's definitely created a huge success story for herself. And we learn from her all the time, day in and day out. Please give your undivided attention to none other than Regional Vice President, level 3 ring earner with the company, Boss Lady Raysa Otero. I believe I gave you co-host. Can you hear me, Boss Lady?
I can hear you. Let me make sure I am a co-host. I should be.
Yes, you are. You got it.
I trust you. Guys, let's give it up for Myra, man. So consistent, Myra. Thank you so much. She's so humble, right? But she's a 6-figure earner. Just walk the stage as a 6-figure earner this year, man. I was so hyped to see you next to 2 of my mentees at 6-figure. That was amazing. I love that picture that I took of y'all, by the way. But definitely got to give it to her, man. She's so consistent, killing it in the Spanish market. So I'm just very proud to see. I mean, it's only the beginning. We already know that, but and then AK. Okay, AK. Yo, I need that smarter document, bro. I'm getting people asking me for it. So definitely killed it. Thank you so much for bringing so much value. Like, I literally almost cried seeing that video, because obviously we've really been riding with Alfred for a while. And so we were able to see him actually get inducted as a $1 million
earner.
And just to see like those pictures, like, it's so crazy, right? And to see his mom and how his life has shifted, it's just crazy. It motivates me, because I know it's coming for all of us, right? And so that was so AK's job was to give you guys vision, all right? And motivate you guys to stay consistent. My job is to provide assignment, but since we're still on the motivational, like I think I have time, Myra, to be able to play the video that you took of my story at convention, because I think a lot of people didn't go to Jumpstart, and I don't think anyone's ever really heard that story. So if you guys want to hear my real story, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat right now. If you didn't make it to Jumpstart, And you probably heard about like what I was able to do on stage. Myra was—
Listen, everybody that was there also still wants to hear it all over again. So eso ya dicho y hecho.
So many people weren't able to make it either because of COVID or whatever, but she caught it all on camera. So I have time because my training is very short, but I have time to be able to actually play it for you guys. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And that just came up because I'm like, you know what? Ann's doing the right thing right now, because I think we need to get people prepared mentally onto what it takes to really build this thing. So let me make sure that I can share my sound. This is about 15 minutes. So I'll probably be done by, it'll be done 9:45 and I'll wrap up my training and that's it. Because my training is really short. It's just to get you guys to work. You guys know I'm analytical. Like, I'm like, okay, come on, this is what we got to do, right? But I definitely want to share this with you guys because I know a lot of people weren't able to listen to it. It's raw, it's real, and it really will motivate a lot of you guys, especially the women. I got so many women that were reaching out to me even after convention. You can do this. You got kids, you can do this. You're working full time, you can do this. You're rock bottom, you're living paycheck, you can do this. If I did it, you guys can do it. So let's go ahead and run it.
It was a very rough year. Anybody had one of those years that you don't want to replay? That was 2017 for me. I decided to end my marriage. I wasn't happy. And I know we try to keep it together for the kids, right? Anybody ever been there? But when you're not happy, nothing else matters. Because your kids see that, right? So I decided to rip that Band-Aid, and ripping that Band-Aid came with a lot of financial stress. I didn't know that the man I married and brought me to Florida for a job opportunity for himself would abandon us when I decided to end the relationship. He left back to Massachusetts and left me and my son in Florida with all the bills. Everything was in my name. I was working as a utility biller, wasn't making much, $20, $21 an hour. And I found myself struggling. When I ran out of money, when I couldn't pay my mortgage, I had to sell everything in my house. I sold dining room, living room sets, my son's stuff, just to pay the mortgage. And I remember crying every single night on an air mattress with my son, who was just diagnosed with autism. Any autism mom or dad? That was tough for me. I cried every night, you know why? Because I felt like a failure. I felt like I failed him. And I started to think maybe if I stayed with my husband, right? We start to have those. But I will tell you, one of the reasons that I walked away from that relationship is because I remember clearly my ex-husband telling me, "You're too ambitious."
Huh. Heard that before.
Why don't you just settle with what you have? Well, I am ambitious, right? But I remember those words so clearly. And that's how I knew I was with the wrong person. See, the right person is going to push you. So when I didn't have anything else to sell in the house to pay the mortgage, I went the bankruptcy route because I was facing foreclosure, repossession. That's the only way I could get to work. My commute was about an hour and a half there, hour and a half back to work at the time. And the biggest pain in my story is that every morning I have to drop off my son before care so that I can get to work on time. And so I would drop him off at 6 in the morning, and I didn't get to him till 6 p.m. If you do the calculation, guys, I'm a numbers person, just like Alyssa said earlier. the people at the school, the aftercare, my mom and dad, who have been a huge support in that aspect, that hurt me. Do you guys understand that pain as a parent? This is why this company has changed my life. When this was presented, when this opportunity was presented to me, I didn't know Xavier from a hole in the wall. I was trying to do event planning in the area of Tampa, because I have some skills in that. And so I was just randomly adding people in Tampa so that I can invite people to the event so I can make money. And I clicked add friend somehow on Senior Vice President Xavier Marrero. And I started to follow his journey. I started to see his posts pop up. And I remember clearly clocking into that job, unhappy, living paycheck to paycheck. Think about this, guys. I would take home $500–600 a week. My mortgage was $1,200. How was I ever going to buy furniture? I wasn't going to get off of that air mattress. So I said, something's got to change. So I reached out to Xavier, and I said, I need to meet with you, because I don't know. I don't trust this internet thing, so are you real? Right? And he agreed to meet with me in person, and a 30-minute meeting turned into a 4-hour conversation. That's a training point. Sometimes we're too busy trying to get through the information that we're not really getting to know the people. You see, if Xavier didn't take those 4 hours, which I know at the time he was very busy, but we had a lot in common. I think Xavier saw something in me there that I didn't see in myself because I was broken. He didn't know that. He didn't know I was at a breaking point. See, 2 weeks before I met Xavier, I experienced what they call a panic attack. I had to pull over, driving to work, and I said, what is this? I'm shaking. I had to get out the car. I couldn't drive. What is this? I've never experienced this before. So when I went to the doctor, he said, I actually drove myself to the hospital because I thought I was dying, to be honest. That's how it felt. They said, ma'am, you're fine. Do you suffer from anxiety? I said, no. Long story short, I was diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and suffered major panic attacks that I couldn't even work. And what one of the therapists told me was, you suppressed so much for so long because no one knew that I was going through all of that. And that's why that happened to me, and that's part of my story. So when I met with Xavier and he told me all of this, and he introduced this to me, I wasn't in the right space. I said, I just want to get my credit fixed. Anybody just join for that? And what a lot of people don't know, this is another training point. After meeting with Xavier, I call my best friend. Best friend, talk to her every single day. Hey girl, I found something. I'm gonna do it. Girl, you're crazy, you don't know that man? What if she's scamming for your money? Guess what I did? I listened to her and I started as a customer. But guess what? 3 months later, I saw my credit score go up 196 points. I had 65 negative items deleted. trouble. I told you I filed for the bankruptcy. Filed for it in 2017. This company removed it in 2018. Guys, I would still have that bankruptcy on my credit report till 2027. At that point, I feel like I failed in Florida. I said, I'm going back home to Springfield, Massachusetts, where I'm from. Where's my people from Massachusetts? Think about the headspace that I was in. I feel like I failed. My credit went up, that was a good thing. I rent a U-Haul, put whatever is left that I have, pack my son, and I decided to go back to Massachusetts because that's what I knew. That's where the people that I knew were. If I was going to rebuild myself, it had to be around people that I knew. But while driving up to Massachusetts, God said, you need to call that guy Xavier again. I said, Xavier, I'm going to give you this money, but I think I can do this. He's like, come on, sis. I left $1.07 in my bank account. And I said yes to this opportunity. I went back home. I made all the mistakes everybody makes. Started talking to everybody. I thought I knew everything. No one signed up. I had tons of people in my inbox. Girl, really? That's what you do? It's tons of people. So I said, I'm gonna do an event. That's what they told me to do in training. I'm gonna do an event. Do an event, call Xavier. Xavier, you have to fly to Massachusetts. I got like hundreds of people coming to this event. Everybody's telling me they're coming. Well, Xavier did get on that flight, another training point. He didn't have to do that. I didn't pay for his flight. He saw something in me that I didn't see. And that's what I love about all the leaders up front here. They see something in you that you don't see. He flew up to Massachusetts. He said, I'm bringing my boy with me. I said, all right, bring him with me. I don't care. I don't care, just get here. Because I want to build this thing. Guess what he brings?
Rob.
Yeah. My husband now, Rob Santiago. He's telling me, hey, my boy, you're gonna get along with him. You guys are just alike. And then he's telling him, you're gonna love her. She's just like you. He was playing matchmaker or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, these Florida boys come to Massachusetts, and guess what happens? Snowstorm. As soon as they land, I swear, I said, X, I can't even come get you. I can't even get my car out the snow. Guess what happened at my event? 5 people showed up. 90-day Rob, they called him at the time. He hit RSD in 90 days. So I spent the entire weekend next to them. I tried to get him to come out, but they're like, no, we're filling out pre-apps. I said, so I'm gonna fill out pre-apps with you too. Hold on. We're not going out. Personal development, right? That's my story, guys.
All right, y'all. So what did y'all think? What did y'all think? Anybody crying? Because I'm over here like, this is the first time I ever told my story without crying. So I take it as a sign of healing, like I told Myra, right? But again, you know, that's like my real story. And I first, before anything, I always want to give thank you to Xavier, because I want you guys to take this as a training point, guys. Can you guys imagine if Xavier only showed me the customer side? How many of you guys are not showing everybody that you talk to both sides of the token? How many of you guys are just showing people the protection plan and credit restoration, and you are not showing the business opportunity? Can you guys imagine where would I be today if Xavier only said, this is all I have, is option A? You guys don't get to make that decision. You guys are in charge of sharing the information and allowing the customers to say, I want option A or option B. Many of you are not doing that. So I want you guys, the next time that you share just the customer information with somebody, I want you to think about my story. Because if Xavier didn't share that second portion with me, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have my husband. I wouldn't have a $500,000 ring. I wouldn't have had 4 years of time freedom. Like, come on, guys. So remember that at the beginning, we're building this thing because we're thinking about us. But at some point, you have to say, man, this is not about me. It's about me sharing the information and see whose life I can impact with option A or B, but let them make that decision. Who are you to make that decision for them? So take that as a training point. And then I want you guys to light up the chat right now and give it up to our mentor, Senior Vice President Xavier Marrero, for hitting level 4, $1 million ring. Okay, light it up, guys. Like every time I see Xavier hit an accomplishment, it really makes me so excited because I know what's next for us. Do you guys understand that? Like, you guys have to be able to see all of this and say, if they did it, I could do it. I look at X and I'm like, X, if you did it, like I could do it. It's possible to be $1 million earner here. It's possible that 4 years ago, you sat down and had a conversation with me. And as we started to build this thing together, we said these things would happen. Like we spoke them into existence. We manifested it. We said we would be level 1, 2, 3, 18. We lost the levels, bro. So I want you guys to light up the chat for Senior Vice President Xavier Marrero for just paving the way for all of us. If it wasn't for him, none of us would be here. If it wasn't because he shared the opportunity with me, my whole team wouldn't be here. All the lives that we've been able to impact the last 4 years, regardless whether on the team or not. So again, guys, that's just really what I wanted to share is my story, and just that's a training in itself, because I have conversation with even some of my leaders to this day, leaders like SDs and above are not sharing both. I don't understand that. It's not your decision. Your job is to educate and provide both the opportunity. You guys are so scared to share the opportunity when in reality, it's changing lives. It's an injustice. Like every single time I look at people doing that, I'm like, I can only imagine if your sponsor didn't share this with you and I just signed you up as a customer. So let me go ahead and share my screen. My job tonight was to give you guys an assignment, but I got inspired to share my story with you guys because I know what stories could do. Because when I started in this and I saw the stories and I saw the success and I saw so many people win, and I said, if they could do it, I can do it too. So ladies, Type a 1 in the chat if after hearing my story, you're like, man, if she could do it, I could do it. A lot of you guys are not sleeping on an air mattress right now. A lot of you guys have a nice, comfortable bed, nice, comfortable house, and that comfortable zone is what's keeping you from building a legacy. How many of you guys are comfortable with the pay at work? Bills are getting paid. See, that wasn't, I didn't have, my back was against the wall. So I really wanted to dive deep in that, because if I did it, you guys can do it. What is your excuse? It's time to get uncomfortable, guys. Okay, so assignments. Some of you have already seen this training, but again, it's one of the main things that I do with my team. Assignments is one of the 4 languages of leadership. So if you're SD and above, you should always be giving assignments to your team, especially your brand new agents. Remember that we come from the employee mindset, right? Being told what to do, and it's hard to switch that overnight and become an entrepreneur. So as you're building someone, it's very important to provide assignments. And that's really what I like to do with my team, is give simple tasks, a daily method of operation, a simple task that you could do every day that moves your business forward, whether you're busy or not, right? The DMO is simply a ritual, a practice, or a daily routine. And you could be working this business part-time. As you heard on my story, I was working full-time. When I fell into this opportunity, I also was a single mom. So I made time for this business, even when I felt like there was no time. But can we all agree that those sacrifices have paid off long-term? You guys have to make sacrifices now that are uncomfortable. You may have to sacrifice sleep, guys. I used to work, put Jaden to sleep at 8. And between 8 and 2 in the morning, I was learning this business. I was on YouTube. I was just trying to learn as much as I could, because I knew the vision already. I was able to see Alfred and what Xavier were doing. And I said, that's what I want to do. And you guys have a lot of people here that are paving the way for you, but you have to be able to say, what can I do every single day to move my business forward? Because what happens is that one day you do something and the next day you don't do anything. And then you wonder why your business is not moving forward, even if you only do a little bit. So my main assignment always is the 3-3-3. And this is playing extra small. This is like, if you want to 10X this, then it would be 30-30-30, right? But again, I understand that we have a lot of people that are part-time and that are really just growing this a little bit. So I do the 3-3-3. But just know that if you're if you really want to take this business to the next level, just increase your activity, but do the things that actually bring the activity. So the first thing is adding 3 new friends daily. Most of you guys are posting to the same audience, to the same 300 friends on your page, to the same 300 people that have seen your stuff 100 times. You have to add new friends. And when I say add new friends, don't just accept everyone that friend requests you. That's kind of scary, right? Especially for the girls. Like, I know one of my agents today was like, man, a lot of these guys are creepy. And I'm like, girl, don't accept those friend requests. Like, you have to strategically add friends, add realtors, add mortgage lenders, add car salesmen. Think about who checks your credit. Girls that work at Victoria's Secret, add them. I've seen girls get declined at the register for a Victoria's Secret credit card. Guess what? That girl behind the register could be an agent, right? Just think about furniture, solar, remodeling on the houses. Like, I think roofs are financed and they go through companies, windows, doors, whatever. Anything like that. You want to get connected to those people because they're seeing people with bad credit all the time. And then more importantly, you want to add friends that you're attracting your tribe. So add moms, add working moms, add autism moms, just look for groups that moms are in that have, mom of sons, mom of daughters. Like, you have to find people that you're going to attract with your story, with what you do, with what you believe in. So when I say add friends, add 3 a day, but don't just random add, be strategic, be intentional. The second one is comment on 3 people's posts. Most of you guys are just scrolling through social media. You're not engaging with anyone. And this is why a lot of people are not engaging on yours. So you're like, why are people not liking or commenting on any of my posts? Well, because you're not engaging. They don't even know who you are. So as you're scrolling through social media, make it a habit. Like, comment. You know, if you see someone that just got married, hey, super congratulations to you. You know, if you see someone that just bought a car, someone just passed a license, I don't know, however you can engage with people on your social media, they're going to be like, who is this that just left a comment? They're going to click on your profile, and guess what? Your profile better be ready. It better say something about credit. It better say something about financial literacy. It better be ready, because the first thing people are going to do is they're going to click on that profile, but you have to engage. Rob taught us this. He's really, really good at that. And he'll go an extra mile, like, hey, congratulations on that. And I saw the other day that you got this. And people they're like, Rob, how you know all that? It's because he'll go on their page and do like a 60-second scan on that page and really see like what that person's about. And now he can comment even more effectively. All right. So I just gave you guys an extra nugget. And then the other one is ask people if they're open. Inbox 3 people a day and see if they're open. If I showed you a way to increase your credit score and potentially make an additional income working from home, doesn't interfere with anything you have going on right now, would you be open? Would you be open to taking a look? If I showed you how I increased my credit score 50 points in 30 days, whatever your story is, would you be open to taking a look? If I showed you how I made $500 this week with my home-based business while working full-time and being a single mom, would you be open to taking a look? If I would, you guys, these 4 words change my whole business. So you want to ask 3 people a day, and obviously 10x it if they're open to seeing the information. All right. So here's some examples. So for instance, you want to check mutual friends. You want to add friends of friends. So you want to check your friends' friends, because somehow Katie is connected to Sarah, and you could tell Sarah, hey, I got connected through you through Katie. Like, that's an easy way to do it. Check mutual friends, type realtor on the top of Facebook, type solar, type lender, type mortgage, type tax, any kind of credit related industry you can think about. You could type it at the top of Facebook, and what's going to pop up is either people in that industry or groups that people are connected to that are in those industries. You get into those groups, start adding some tax professionals. I'm telling you guys, you have to strategically do this. Join groups with topics that you're interested in. So right now, what you want to do is take 5 topics, like what makes you you. Like, that's an assignment for all of you guys, because you're going to be attracting your tribe, right? So what makes you you? So an example is like, obviously me, I'm a mom. I'm an autism mom. I'm a hustler. Like, I am a hustler. So I want to attract that kind of vibe, right? I like gnomes. You guys know I love gnomes. They're like all over my house right now. Matter of fact, look, I have a gnome right here, okay? Valentine's. So I'm in like a bunch of gnomes groups, but you want to identify 5 things that make you you. And now guess what? You can go into those groups, you can connect with those people, take them from the group, add them to your page. Now they'll start to watch your content. So if you're a guy, maybe you like cars, maybe you like motorcycles, maybe you like, I don't know, whatever it is that you like, music, right? There's a group for everything. That's how you get new friends, but strategically, that can actually really identify with you, and you start to attract your tribe. Go through friend requests. I've noticed that a lot of my friend requests, I can't accept them, but I still message them. Like, hey, I saw that you friend requested me. I can't accept you, but is there, anything that I can help you with? Were you looking to get added to my page for any particular reason? So I go through those. And I also ask friends to post for me. So anyone that's interested on the post. So let's say if a friend of mine posts for me, anyone that comments info, I'm adding them as a friend. So this is a way for you guys to actually add and expand your list. So being social on posts. So for instance, engaging on social media, show sympathy, show emotion. If someone gets married, congrats, we just went over this. And then one little tip I'll give you guys is use comments with 4 words versus just 1 word. So don't just say congrats, right? Say it like this: congrats, wishing you both the best. Because now it's 4 words or more. It just builds so much of a better relationship, and it seems more real, right? So people are definitely going to go on your profile and be like, who's this? Everybody else just said congrats, but she like went the extra mile. Who is she? So the PSV system, very simple. I literally live by this right now. I'm actually doing something with a group of 5 of my agents, an elite team, and we're literally just doing the PSV system. So I got them posting, sharing information. This is the wrong slide, but posting, number 1 is posting on social media. So it's very important that you guys understand that you have to be able to post information. You have to be able to post on social media. You got to pique interest, you got to lead generate, you got to use the social media templates in the UWE app. Most people are scared to post when they first get started, and that's understandable. But just as long as you know that there's an expert that can share the information, that there's tools that can share the information, like go crazy. Like, are you trying to build this business slow or fast? I don't know about you guys. I'm trying to build this fast, right? And so definitely piquing interest every day and just generating leads. Share is the second thing on the PSV. So share information using your tools, anything but you, anything. So when we talk about third-party tools, it's anything but you. UWE app, for instance, you have the UWE app. In the UWE app, it has like a 9-minute video that goes over the credit and it goes over the agent. Okay, so that's like the easiest way. Also on your websites, there's videos. Webinars, right now Relentless is running webinars every day, Monday to Thursday. So you should be inviting. So this is the share part, peak interest. Okay, we have a Zoom tonight at 8 and invite into that webinar. The testimonial group, if you have a testimonial group, my team, we do the ATM and we love it. Add, tag, message, add them to the group, tag them on the video, message them, text me when you're done. Super, super simple, right? And then of course your websites. And the last part, which is the most important part, which a lot of agents fail to do, is the validation. Once you get someone to watch the information, you wonder why they haven't signed up. You wonder why, hey, you know, they left me on red after I sent them the video. You have to validate the information, right? So using a mentor, so you can create a 3-way group chat and add your sponsor mentors and attach them to that potential client or agent, right? Or doing a 3-way call. This is the validation part. So right now, for instance, one of my agents, she just started, I think last week or the week before. I told her to do the ATM. So she's been doing ATM. She got a girl to watch the video. She got me on a 3-way call last night. We signed the agent. Now, guess what we do with that agent? Okay, you do the same thing, okay? You post, share, and now if anyone's interested, you share the video. So it's duplicatable. They can do it, and they don't mind doing it, right? This slide, I don't know, I just got caught up in there, but I think this went up here. Sorry, guys. Boom. So this was the example of asking 3 people if they're open. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, but that's supposed to go back here. I don't know why it was over here. But guys, this is all we're doing. Like right now, your activity should be sharing information as much as possible. Like your activity has to be on 100 right now in the 90-day run. Like my agents already reached out to 100. The 5 that I'm working with, all of them have 100 lists. They've reached out to all the 100 people, or they're still working on it. I gave them 24 to 48 hours, and we're driving all invitations into a PBR webinar tomorrow. So their goal is out of the 100 to get at least 10 to confirm to be on there. So we should have 50 people that I'm getting in front of for this agents. And they're brand new. Why? They posted, right? They piqued interest, people were interested, or they're asking people if they're open directly. They have a list, but now guess what? They're getting people in front of me. They're doing the validation part. And that's how we're going to grow this business fast, guys. And especially because we have a nationwide team now. So yes, PBRs are amazing in your area. Like, yes, if you're in your living room right now and you haven't hosted a PBR at your house, do it. You know, get your mentor in your living room. But the reality is we have teams now all over the place, right? We have teams everywhere. We can't be everywhere at the same time. But remember that you could put your mentor on the screen on the TV. You can add your mentor on a 3-way chat. Like, it's just so the capabilities are endless now with technology. But you guys have to get people in front of the information, people that are interested, and then you need to add your mentor to validate and seal the deal. That is how you're going to grow your business fast. If you're doing it on your own, if you're trying to have credit consultations and you're a brand new agent right now, I'm telling you, I did that. I made those mistakes. Nobody knows you for doing this yet. So you have to use your mentors at the beginning. Eventually, guess what? That's what we want you to do. We want you to run independently. But at the beginning, you have to be dependent on your mentors so that we can help you get your first 5 and your first title. I'm telling you guys, if you do this, if you just change it and say, I'm going to use my mentor more, I'm going to validate, I'm going to use the videos, I'm going to use the websites more, instead of trying to do it yourself at the beginning, your whole business will change. As a matter of fact, the more people you invite, if you become a master inviter, that's really what pays the most here in this industry. So hopefully I was able to provide value, guys. Thank you so much. I love y'all. And I'll give it back to you, Myra. Thank you.
Amazing training, Raysa. Wow, that was so powerful, to the point. You definitely were, effective in that amount of time. I think your story moved everyone. We've had a consistent number of attendees all night. I think, again, this training was phenomenal. Thank you as well to Vice President, AK, like you said, and killing that, Anthony Kelly. Thank you, team. I'm sure this was rewarding. Light it up in the chat. I know you were showing some love, but this boss lady, for real, not mic drop. I think mic thrown down, stepped on, and like smushed all over the place. That's, I think, what she did with the mic, for real. But again, stay plugged in, team. Plug and play. Let's win. Let's take this to the top. I am going to owe you all the top 10 lists, I guess, as soon as I get it. I don't mind to share that in the chat. But let's get to work. I'm fired up, guys. Happy and amazing, blessed 2022, everyone. Again, thanks, Raysa. Thank you, and huge congrats to Xavier Marrero, Senior Vice President, on that Millie level. Let's go, team. God bless. Let's get it, everyone.
Thank you.